Got the whole world in your hands. You got the whole wide world in your hands. You got the whole... Okay, here I am again. A few minutes later, this is Bharat from Palmistry Unplugged, and we're talking about the headline. And we've been talking about when the headline is separate from the lifeline and runs straight across the palm, and also when it curves, it has the same general qualities or properties. Now, see, this is the advanced mind, and when a person has this, I know that there's intelligence there. In fact, a lot of intelligence. And this intelligence wants to be used. It wants to be challenged. It wants to have a life career. It wants to have a life interest. It doesn't want to be just fly by night. It wants long-term projects. And when the person is not fulfilling that, they're not assuming all their potential. So I hardly recommend that for people, especially when I'm giving a reading to somebody young, 18 or 15 or something like that, and they're having this type of headline. I'm strongly stressing that they need to have a career or to do something, and also they need to be a player. You know, if you get a spiritual person that's trying to meditate all day and do nothing, that's not for them. So this is the advanced mind. Okay, and what has happened is that they are able to see reality directly. They don't have to process it through the mind as when the lifeline is attached to the headline. Okay, so what is happening? How do these people make decisions in the advanced mind? So what I tell people is, whatever problem that you have, you bring it to your conscious mind, but you don't analyze. You just sit there and you wait. And what is happening is this information and this data is going down, if it's down or up, I don't know, but if it's going down to your subconscious, and in your subconscious is being processed. It's automatically being processed, excuse me, as like food is digested, it's automatic, you don't have to think about it. So this is also this logical left brain process is happening on an automatic way. And then when it gets its answer, it's bringing it back up or sending it back up to your conscious mind or to the conscious mind, and the person just needs to take that decision and go for it. So a person who has this type of mind never needs to ponder about things, because actually that's stifling or that's inhibiting their thinking process, because that pondering is happening automatically. So if a person doesn't have an answer to a question, it's not about pondering like the thinker, it's about gathering more information. So I have a lot of readings with people who have separate headlines, because people with separate headlines are more seeking out information. They'll come to me and they'll want to know something about themselves to help get information. So I see that a lot. So never about pondering, it's always about information. You know, and if there's no answer, that means there's just not enough information, or it's not possible like that. So these type of people, are very intelligent. You know, they should be very intelligent. But of course, there's always extenuating circumstances or other factors in the hand that can cause that. Now, when the headline is separate from the lifeline and it starts to curve down into the moon area, this gives us another situation. Okay, again, it brings in more creativity than just like straight logic, left brain. 1 and 1 is 2, and 2 and 2 is 4. These people are more creative, it's true. And when they have that separate from the lifeline and is curving down, not too deeply into the moon area, this is very often people who are performers. They like live performance. They like to go on stage, dancing, this or that, or they like to be the life of the party or something like that. But they like to perform, usually, not always. And what these people have is a very, very active mind, very, very strong. And one of their tasks in the life is to somehow tame the mind, because or else if they don't tame the mind, it is like leading them around, you know. So it's kind of like a monkey mind. It doesn't want to stay with one thing for a long time. Like they'll be interested in a certain subject, and then 3 months later, oh no, but that other subject is really great, I'm going to go for that other subject. So what I'm telling these people is that they have to ground themselves. They have to ground the mind. They have to control, not control because you can't control the mind, but you can lead it. And the way to lead it is, if they make a decision to go a certain way, they have to go that way, even though 2 months later, 3 months later, something looks fabulous to do, and it probably is fabulous to do, but no, they have to stick it out to the end, to reach it to some sort of conclusion, and then they can switch. So they need to lead the mind rather than being led by the mind, led by the monkey mind. So, of course, how deeply it goes into the moon area would then indicate how much mood swings they have. It's not as bad a situation as when the headline is attached to the lifeline. These people are going through more depression, I think. But these people are also dynamic people. They need to be using the mind. They need to be challenged. But on both situations, it's a good line to have. Okay. It's when that headline goes sloping into the moon area, and when it's attached to the headline, that you get the depression. And these people you really need to talk to. Also, again, there's going to be certain days of the month where they're depressed, where they're feeling down, they're feeling low energy. It's just, and explain to them, like, hey, this is part of the wiring. It's not that something is psychologically wrong with you. So it's important to talk with these people, and also to advise them not to make any major decisions when they're feeling down. And also that they can't avoid it. And in fact, the best way is just to accept it. Which, at the beginning, we fight these things, but actually they go away quicker when we don't fight and accept the negativity or the darkness or, feeling down, the low energy and stuff. Okay, so this is we've gone through the classifications of the headline. So when it's starting with the lifeline, there's more caution, fear, and everything has to process through the mind, has to be seen through the mind. And then you have where the headline is separate from the lifeline, and this would make the person more spontaneous, being able to perceive reality directly, and gives them all those other qualities that we talked about. And then if the line is going straight across the lifeline, straight across the palm, this is the left brain dominance. And if it curves in, we have more right brain dominance, and then we get to that curving headline, which I should not even call the intuitive headline, but I would call the emotional mood swings headline. Okay, so this is Bharat, and the next video I'll get to the different variations in the headline, and then hopefully we conclude the story with the headline with the next video. Alright, so this is Bharat, once again, Palmistry Unplugged. And here I am. I'm available if you want to talk to me.
Got the whole world in